Testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello, everyone. How are you all doing today? Lovely Sunday evening. Well, it's evening here. Where in UK it's 3 p.m. It's probably super early where you live, or super late. Anyway, we're back again for a quick chat about Samsung DeX, and I'm gonna try something today with the Samsung DeX that I am not sure if it's gonna work, but we will see. What I will try to do, where's my mic? Need the mic. So mic. What I will do is I will try to run Nextcloud server on my Samsung DeX with the help from Docker and Alpine VM. That's what I'm going to try to do. So we're going to see. Here we go. We have a first viewer. Hello. Hi to you. Right. Let's see if I get the picture of Samsung DeX going. Let's quickly check. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to set up the Nextcloud container, which will run inside Alpine VM on my Samsung DeX powered by Galaxy Tab S6. I don't know if it's gonna work, but in theory it should work. So that's what we're gonna try to do. I have 1 hour today, 1 hour of live stream, so it's gonna be quick, short, and simple stream. We're gonna see how we're gonna do this. Let's get the DeX picture going. Let me know if you can see all this. Let's see how it's going. I think I might increase just a bit font size. Okay, let's begin. If you watch one of my previous videos, which I posted recently, I think it's recently, it's I'm giving a tutorial how to run Docker containers inside on your Samsung DeX using Alpine VM. So basically, that's what I'm going to start to do. I'm going to start setting up Alpine VM to get the Docker and Pertainer going. And after that, we're going to try to set up the container for Nextcloud. Hopefully, that's going to work. If the container for Nextcloud will work, I will try to set up my domain to point to that instant. And then later, if this all works and we have time, I'll create a couple of accounts for you just to try for you to upload some bits onto my DeX remotely. So that's what we're going to do. So let's start by getting the Alpine VM sorted using one single command. We're going to paste this in and we will run. And hopefully all this will work out. So while it's going, let's chat about DeX. I haven't done any live stream last weekend. Was a family stuff, so there was no free time for me. Weekend before that, we had the guest, the one and only the gadget guy. We had a chat about the Samsung DeX, mobile computing, the lab dock, and other things. If you haven't watched that, I suggest you have a quick look. It's basically three guys talking about tech. It's me, Hey Look New, another moderator of Samsung DeX subreddit group, and the gadget guy himself. So we had a chat about Samsung DeX. Is it not dying? Is Samsung killing Samsung DeX? Is Samsung killing Samsung DeX, and etc. Any other update? Most recent video is showing you how to set up the internet monitoring station. I actually got this set up, I think, already. I can try to give you a bit of a demo. 160, just gonna try to open this. Let's see if I can connect. I left that running for quite some time, my internet monitoring thing. So if we're gonna go here, so here we go. This is the monitoring thing I left running, and so far it's calculating all the information. And average speed is 52. Average download speed is 52. Average upload speed is 17 or so. So it's not bad. It's okay for me. It's okay for my use. So let's see how we're doing with the Termux. So what I'm doing now is I'm setting up the Alpine VM inside Termux on Samsung DeX. Once that is in, I'll need to set up the Pertainer agent, get the connections done, and I'm going to set up Pertainer agent because I want to link this Docker instant to my already running Docker setup. But this is going to be running on my Samsung DeX on the tablet itself. So it still amazes me how I can run Docker containers on my Galaxy tablet. It's not ideal. The performance is not great, but the user, like the idea for having this is when you're learning about Docker or you want to just play around. And obviously you can go and set up something for free, like Google Cloud service offering you 1 month free of the most like lowest tier virtual machine and etc. But just because this runs on my DeX and I can take it anywhere I want, this is just amazing. This is just super like baffled me how it is even working, but it does. So let's wait for Alpine VM to get this going. Like I said, I will try to get the Nextcloud to server running, and if that works, we're gonna try. Basically, I'll point my domain to here, and if it's working, it's gonna be great. So hopefully Nextcloud service will run on the DeX, because the idea for this would be, or usability for this. Let's say I'm thinking that my phone, my Note 9, is already going slow, so it's probably gonna start playing up quite badly in, I would say, near future. So instead of me going and throwing the phone away or just reselling it or something, I'm thinking into converting my Note 9 into my home lab server. So I'm thinking to run something on there, maybe host a WordPress website, because that's doable. You can host a WordPress website on your phone. So these kind of things I'm thinking to do with the Samsung DeX, just to see how far I can go. Come on, Alpine VM. Currently, my setup, my Galaxy Tab S6 is connected to NextDock 360 LabDock. I turn the trackpad off on the NextDock 360 just because if you already own the LabDock, you know that the trackpad is bad, or the trackpad, basically cancellation of palm presses is really bad. It's nothing to do with the LabDock. It's just the way the Android works. So I disconnected the trackpad and I'm using USB mouse. One sending me a Honor phone with the desktop mode. Hey, I haven't tried any other. Well, I tried desktop environment, the Continuum by Microsoft, and what else I tried? I tried something else, another, but I don't know. Just I'm really into the DeX thing, so it's hard for me to basically leave it. Come on, install. Come on. Doing Alpine VM, doing the last bits, and once that's in, I need to edit the startup file because I need to add a couple of couple of opening ports. But instead of adding just the 2 or 3 ports, I'm just going to jump ahead and we'll add more than a couple of. So let's wait for this to finish. If you're joining now, I'm going to try to get the Nextcloud server running on my DeX. If that works, I'm going to have my own Google Drive kind of thing running on my Galaxy tablet. Wow. It's just unbelievable. While it's going, let me quickly get the other things sorted. Let me get other things sorted. Endpoint, okay. I'm just checking, right, okay. Once I have the Pertainer agent installed and everything is installed, that's what I'm going to link. I'm going to link to my already existed connection. So first we need to wait for Alpine VM to finish setting up. That's cool. Sure, I don't want to take the S10. I gave my son, I gave it to him to use before you want to send me something about DeX. Yeah, S10. My Note 9, like I said, it's a bit going on the last legs. Well, it still works. It still does the job. It still does the job. But it's starting to become really sluggish, quite a lot. And it used to be like when I'm doing something intensive, it's getting sluggish. But then right now it just slows down pretty much on any app I'm running. As I can make phone calls and text without problems, but if I open some app or something, it's just gonna start sorting out. It's gonna start getting really sluggish. So I'm thinking to get into S10e. Question: what are you doing? I am right now installing Alpine VM on the Samsung DeX. Alpine VM basically is a virtual Linux distro, and inside there, if everything is good, I will run Docker containers and I will set up my own Nextcloud cloud service. And if this all works fine, I will link my DNS records into this instant, and hopefully somebody of you will be able to upload a file or two for testing. So let's have a look. So we need to go into Alpine. We need to edit this. So here we go. This is the file that makes everything tick. But instead of using this file, I'm going to go back to my GitHub, which is here, and I'm going to run this command. This command is from a tutorial, and what it's going to do, it's going to make a backup of the existing file, and I will create a new one. So let's run that. So if I'm going to cd into Alpine now, and we'll open this. So right now it's a bit different. So, right. So what we need to do, we need to copy this. And we need to make some space here because we need to open a couple of ports. So let's paste a couple in. I'm pasting those in because for some reason nextdoc 360 / doesn't work. I can't basically press /. So that's what I'm doing. I can't basically type this because if I'm pressing the button that's supposed to be /, I'm getting hashtags. So right. First of all, Pertainer agent runs on the port 9001. Then Nextcloud. Nextcloud has 2 ports, 80 and 443. So we need to open 80 on this side, and we're gonna push port. Let's say what port we're gonna push inside. 9090. We're gonna push inside. Okay, and then 443. 443 is the HTTPS, and 4080 is HTTP port. So what we're going to do here is going to be 9443. That's what we need to do. And this is going to be 9080. So 9080 is going to be HTTP going inside the VM, and 9443 will be 443 going inside VM. So hopefully that is where the Nextcloud will work. I think that's it. We need Pertainer agent. So this is fine. Another thing, I mentioned in a video about my Docker things that changing RAM does nothing, but I found it that if I change to something really drastic, like from 1 GB of RAM to 4, basically my tablet has 8 gigs of RAM. Half of it I'm giving to this VM, and it's not like gonna basically take all 4 GB and keep it. It's just gonna store it just in case, and it's gonna use up to 4 GB. Okay, let's have a look for what's happening with the comments. Brian, good morning from New Jersey. I really appreciate the work you're doing, Mr. P. I just go as 21 plus and I plan to use your videos to start live streaming. Fantastic. Go for it. It's DeX, the Samsung DeX, even now, still amaze me. The things I can do with it is just, it's just crazy that Samsung DeX. I've been working using only Samsung DeX through all 2018 or 2020. Yeah, 2020. I worked through almost all year using nothing else but Samsung DeX, and it worked great. I had no complaints from my boss, all the people that I was working with. Right. So this is the file edited. So we give 4 GB of RAM. We're opening port 900, which we're not going to use, but we're going to keep it. Port, I just realized I made a mistake. This should say 9001 as well. We can have 2 same ports going and then splitting it 2 different ones. So 9000, 9001, port 80, port 443, and the SSH port, but we're not going to use that in here, but I'm going to keep. Right, if I'm going to type this /start QEMUSH, I hopefully will see no errors and VM will start. Okay. So we're starting Alpine VM with the ports opened. I'm doing this, by the way, on Galaxy Tab S6. If you have newer phone, I mean, like starting with S20 lineup, basically you need to have 8 gigs or 12 gigabytes of RAM to really use this up to like almost all potential. Because I tried this to get set up to set up this on my Note 9, and my Note 9 is just not powerful, and it was absolutely burning, absolutely heating up like crazy. All these things that I'm doing now took hours to set up. I mean, just installing Alpine VM took about 40 minutes. So imagine if I'm streaming for only 1 hour and 2/3 of that time gone, or 3/4 of the time gone for just setting up the Alpine VM. But I'm using Galaxy Tab S6, which is much powerful, and everything works great. So while this is happening, we need to find the Pertainer agent installation code. Pertainer agent Docker. So let's quickly do if we go to Pertainer, here we go, Pertainer documentations. I need to find the command line that I need to run. What is it? Install Pertainer SC. Set up a new Pertainer server installation. Yes. I want to run inside Docker standalone and install here. So this is the code for standalone Pertainer and how to get the agent running. Well, I do have a code. I do have a line or command already, but I want to show you how to find one, but I just can't. So Pertainer-ce agent Docker. Let's search for that. What is how to deploy Pertainer agent? It should be a thank you, Brian. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, Brian, for super chat. Really appreciate all your hard work you do. This is my hobby. I love using Samsung DeX. I love playing around with it. I love to tinker around just to find what I can do. It took me about 2 weeks to figure out how to run the Docker on the DeX. So this is my hobby. I'm finding new things, how to use your smartphone. Doesn't matter if it's Galaxy phone, any Android. I'm just finding out how you can use your Android phone up to 100% potential. Which is that if you're buying a super powerful S21 Ultra or whatever phone, and you're using only half of it, or not even a half of it, it just no. So I'm trying just to figure out. So I thank you, Brian. I really appreciate. Okay, I didn't expect anyone to give me a super chat. Anyway, Pertainer age installation instructions. Here we go. That's what we need. So this is command, which is going to run inside the Alpine VM terminal. Right, Alpine VM started with the step default username is secret root, and the default password is secret123 with capital S. Just make sure that my life is easier with this. So I'm going to type the pass WD, press enter, give much easier password, and it's so easy password that even the Alpine VM says password is too weak, but password is weak. Yes, it's 123 QWE, but it's only me who's going to access this, so it's fine. So if we're going to type Docker, I should get a message. Standard Docker output. And if we're going to type Docker and 4 Vs, I should get the version. So here we go. I have 20.10.7. Next thing is to get Pertainer agent installed. So we're going to clear the screen, go back into our website. We're going to copy all this line, which is basically I'm instructing the Docker to run the container at the port 9001. Give the name Pertainer_agent, restart always, link couple of volumes, which is fine. At the end, it says run Pertainer agent. And the Docker will try to run this. But because this doesn't exist on my system, the Docker automatically will download the image. Yep, you see, it says unavailable to find the image locally. So what it's doing now is going to start going into a Docker at hub.docker.com and download the image. So once that's downloaded, I will link this system to my already running Raspberry Pi Docker server. Actually, let's check, is my Docker server running? Here we go. My Raspberry Pi server called Galaxy, obviously because Galaxy phones, and I have 12 things running here. So I have all this. So what we're going to do, we're going to link the Docker of DeX Docker. I'm getting confused now. Anyway, this is going to be connected to the other one. It's easier for me to get the Nextcloud installed. I hope it's going to work. In theory, should. I don't know why it should not do that. Let me actually quickly test. Know that I have somewhere Nextcloud tab 6. Here we go. I prepared the line of a command already just before live stream. I'm just going to copy that into a new file, and we're going to see how it's going. So we're going to close that. Yep. And we're going to paste that in. Can I paste this one in here? So that's paste copied. Okay. Can I increase? No. That's fine. That's fine. We're going to leave that way. Let's close this. I just quickly went to my Google Keep because I just wanted to copy the command line. Right. So Docker Pertainer is running. So if we're going to type Docker space PS, hopefully I will see one container already happening. Bingo. So as you can see, it says Docker started the Pertainer container about 14 seconds ago. So if I'm going to go into my Docker instant, we're going to say add endpoint. We're going to say this is going to be called DeX. Next thing, I need IP address. IP address, I can add the actual tablet IP address, or I can go and get the Tailscale IP address, which is going to be this. So I can add this instead. And why I'm using Tailscale IP address is basically when in the video where I'm explaining how to set up the speed test server running on your DeX, I was using the Tailscale as well. And the reason why I'm using a Tailscale is doesn't matter where you're going to take your phone. Is this going to be a tablet, or Galaxy tablet, or Galaxy phone? The Tailscale IP address will not change. So if you set up yourself a internet monitoring station using Tailscale IP address, you can actually monitor your home broadband, Starbucks broadband, McDonald's broadband. Doesn't matter if your tablet is in Germany, China, France. Doesn't matter. Always going to be the same IP address. That's why I'm using Tailscale in this case, because my Galaxy tablet IP address ending 12 today, my IP address will be with a number ending 15, and all the setup will break. But because I'm using Tailscale, doesn't matter what I'm doing or what kind of IP address my router will assign to the tablet, the Tailscale IP address is always going to stay the same. Mr. P, I am wondering if Ubuntu Touch on my OP3T could be used this way. The quickest way would be to find out if something is can be used for this kind of thing is try to install Docker. If you install Docker, if a Docker containering, if a Docker engine is installed, and when I'll show you in a second, I'm just gonna quickly link this in. So we're gonna put this 100 dot you blocking the 89.90.43. Fingers crossed. Yes. Sorry, you missed. I forgot to change the camera. But anyway, we got the Galaxy. We got the Galaxy. My DeX container linked. So I'm gonna go to this page. What you see here is my Alpine VM with 2 CPUs and 4 gigabytes of RAM. Right, Grigori. If you go to you're on your phone, Ubuntu Touch is called. Let's quickly Google it. Ubuntu Touch OP3T. Ubuntu Touch. The idea is this. If you, here we go. If in this OS, in this Android OS, as you can see, there is a says terminal here. There. So if you run the terminal on that phone, and if you type Docker, basically what's going to happen? Obviously, your phone probably will not have Docker installed. But if, for example, I will type Docker on here, and it's going to wait, and it's going to spew up a lot of messages. Or you can write docker -- version or docker --vvvv. It will give you errors or something. So if it's not working, I believe Ubuntu Touch runs on apt. So if you write apt install docker -io, I think that's what you need to do on your phone, or just apt install docker.io. But first you need to upgrade the packages by running apt apt update and apt upgrade -y. Or y is basically accept all the requests. I can't run this on Alpine because Alpine runs on a different packaging system, which is called APK. So if I type, for example, nano, it's going to say nano is not working, but I'm going to write APK add nano. It's going to download install nano editor. So here we go, download installing. So I'm going to type nano, it works now. On Ubuntu is apt, apt. So that's what's basically you just need to try to start Docker. As soon as you get the Docker running, you can go into I'm not sure if you know about this already, but you can go to hub.docker.com. Let's close all this. Okay, and let's type here, for example, Nextcloud. That's the one we're trying to do. And it's a bunch of things. The Docker Hub website is something like an app store, but for containers. So, for example, when I was setting this up on my Raspberry Pi, I make sure that I take ARM or ARM64, both of them, as the Raspberry Pi runs on ARM processor, and that's the one I used. It's by Linux servers, and that's the one is installed on my Raspberry Pi. And this is actually what we're going to try to install now. So, I'm not sure if you can see this, but this is a command that I need to run, which I prepared previously or before the live stream. A couple of things I need to change. I decided to put this port 9080, and I decided to put this port as 9443. So the idea of this command is basically simple. Should I do this on 100, on 1000? Thinking now. Why I'm doing 1000? Previously was 0. 0 is root. Root user ID and group ID is 00, and the normal users don't have 00. So, for example, if I type ID, I'm logged in as root. So as you can see, UID and GID is 00. But I'm probably going to leave this on 1000 because this should be ID 1000, unknown user 1000. I can't remember the command line. Anyway, we're going to try this. The beauty with the Docker system, doesn't matter if it's Samsung DeX, Raspberry Pi, super massive server. The beauty of Docker system is that Docker's containers is isolated programs. If you mess it up, you can reinstall it. Just kill the container and start a new one. And the beauty of this, you don't need to install operating system. What was happening previously, the Pi-hole a while back, I was messing up big time. And every time I messed up, I had to basically reinstall the Pi-hole on my Raspberry Pi. But with the Docker containers, I don't have to do this anymore. Right, let's connect to DeX. We're gonna try to set up. I'm gonna set up not using command line. I'm gonna do the via web GUI. So I'm gonna say container. I'm gonna say start the container. Right, container name will say Nextcloud. We're gonna use. Oh, I don't have the image. I need to get the image going first. Right. I need to download the image first. Okay, so we're gonna write docker pull paste Linux server Nextcloud. Right. I need to download the image first. Let's wait for this to happen. I forgot. Here we go. Download the image. Docker images are split into chunks of, as you can see here. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And the reason why is like, imagine like a house. And each of this chunk is like a part of the house. You have a door, you have a window, you have a roof, you have a wall, basement, etc. If you need to replace the window, you're not rebuilding the full house. That's how I understand this Docker things. That's why it's in chunks. If you're replacing upgrading the feature for this service, which is called Nextcloud in this matter, you don't need to recode everything or compile everything. You just find this chunk, which for example is 048196621943, and you just upgrade that. Everything else is fine, but that part of the code can be upgraded. So it's just the way I believe this is like a house. You don't need to go and do all of it. Okay, so we're gonna go here. I'm just gonna quickly try something on a separate screen. I can't believe I'm already live streaming for 1 hour. Or for half an hour, sorry. This is crazy. Okay. So hopefully I'm gonna wrap this up quickly because I have 1 hour live stream. It's already half of it burned just because I'm installing everything. Okay. So are we good? Yes, we're good. Let's close that. Okay. Bro, I saw your video. Samsung should call you to be the representative on DeX. A hug from a Dominica Republica. I missed the comment. Sorry, guys. Here we go. I missed the comment from Miguel. Miguel, if you're still watching, believe me, I've been called so many times saying that I work for Samsung. I mean, my email address that is publicly available via my YouTube channel, I receive like customer support emails from DeX users asking things like how to do this or how to do that. And I'm trying to help them as much as I can, answer all the questions as much as I can. But I don't work for Samsung. Come on, 2 files left. Once it's done load, it needs to extract. So you see, it's extracting 227 megs now. Let's wait. Let's wait. Let's actually get the camera a bit this way. Grigori, I also have the op6, which works better with Ubuntu Touch. It has more support. Basically, as soon as you be able to install Docker or run Docker, it's like I said, there is a command, the Docker container that you can try to run it, which basically gonna test everything. It's called the Hello World. So if I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna say Docker Hello World. There is a command, which is if you run it. What is it? What is it? What is it? Here we go. There. This thing. Let me zoom in. If on your phone inside terminal, if you run Docker run, if you type Docker space run space hello world and press enter, you should see all this text. If you will see this text, it means Docker is running. If you can't see this text, you need to install Docker. In a nutshell, that's what it is. Hi, Mr. P. I enjoyed your stream, Joanne, and thank you very much, Michi. Thank you. I hope we're gonna do that same again. Not jumping ahead, I am in talks with another guest for a live stream, talk about Samsung DeX. And he, at the moment, is just very penciled in, very dry conversation. So once I know that it's definitely going, it's definitely going to be happening. Obviously, I'll post the message on my community tab on my channel. But yeah, I'm trying to get another guest now to chat about Samsung DeX. Samsung DeX, mobile computing, lab docs, etc. Let's see. Come on. Extracting the last piece of megabytes. Right. So I have a Nextcloud container pulled. So if we're going to go here and I'm going to say refresh. Okay. Sorry, guys. I will be back in a second. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be back. Thank you very much that you're still here, that you haven't left. Okay, where were we? Right. We got the Nextcloud set up, or image set up. So now we need to Nextcloud. I'm entering the container name, which is Nextcloud. I like to name in something like easy for me to understand. I'll come back a month later and know what's happening or what this is. Because sometimes if you're not naming them, the Docker will give like random names, like really weird random names. Right. So we need to open the ports. So what was it? 80 in, 18, right. What's happening now here is this. From outside, internet will call the port 9080 into my computer, into my Samsung DeX. Samsung DeX will take port 9080 and convert into a port 80 and push it into Alpine VM. Alpine VM then going to say, okay, do we have a container which accepts ports 80? And it's going to be Nextcloud. This is what's happening. By the way, all this, what I'm doing now, I knew nothing about 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, 4 or 5 weeks ago. Everything is basically, this is just, I'm like a proof that you can learn things from YouTube. Because everything what I'm doing here, I'm basically binge watch a lot of videos by very, very clever people. And it's just great, amazing. Message from, did you check, Michi, did you check the Samsung Reddit? It's a lot of information. Oh, not yet. I will look. Right, Grigory, I'll give you a help. Here we go. Paste that in, and here we go. This is our Reddit. This is our subreddit group where we talk DeX, helping each other about DeX stuff and etc. You just behave, because I don't have like a short fuse, but I don't have time handle with the weird people. Basically what I'm trying to say, obey the rules, and that's it. The rules are simple. Only posts related to DeX, and that's it. Right, let's go back to this. We have a name, we have an image, we have a container ports opened. Next thing what we need to do is we need to, env stands for environment, so we need to add 2 environments. First will be PUID, which is for user. It's going to be port 1000. PUID will be 1000, and PGID will be group ID, which is going to be 1000. So instead of using the root, I will be Grigori, I'm not the weird one. I'm not. Yeah, it's just there's some people thinks that because it says Samsung DeX and has word Samsung in the title, the people start posting all sorts. Like the most recent the most recent post that I removed, it was a 12 minutes review video about Samsung Fold 3. So 12 minutes video on YouTube about Fold 3, and only 7 seconds of the content of that video was related to DeX. Video is not related to DeX. I don't care if it's even if you mention DeX in a video, it doesn't mean that video is related to DeX. Video needs to say you can do this thing on DeX, and at least 70% of the video needs to be related to DeX. I just removing them, and I don't do free strike rule. You messed up, you're out, because I want to make sure that the group is professional. I want to make sure that group is the people in there, like we acting like adults. I don't want to become some weird group that what I'm saying that in the future, hopefully, somebody from Samsung will find our Reddit group and they will start looking for posts, and every post will be adults talking about DeX, professional way, no cursing, nothing. That's what I'm aiming for. If somebody comes to the group of Samsung DeX subreddit group and starts throwing guns, throwing blah 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 blah. I don't want this. So I just want to make sure it's a professional group. And there was some posts in the Samsung DeX quite a while ago. There was some people that they own a business. They earn more, probably a month that I earn a year, and they're posting in our group. And that's honor for me, that these kind of level people interest in DeX, and they found our group and they asking for help and they're sharing their advice. That's a big bonus for me. Anyway, let's check what else we need. So we need time zone. We need to add time zone. So we're going to do another environment. I'm going to say TZ. I'm going to write Europe. I'm in UK, so it's going to be Europe, London. And next zone is going to be ports opened. Okay, next thing I can see, I need to set up a restart policy. So on the restart policy, it's going to say unless stopped. Okay. Oh yeah, initialize. I need to tick this. Otherwise, if I'll not tick this, if I'll not turn this on, what's going to happen? The Docker will set everything up, run the container, and close it. It's like one-time run. What I want here is the run the container, and the Docker needs to keep the container alive. That's the idea. That's why initialize is required. Auto remove, no, right. Okay. Are you ready? Figure I forgot to change the camera again. Anyway, right. I done everything. So we have a name, we have an image. I open the ports, so 80 and 443. Next thing is initialize. I turn that on to make sure the Docker will keep the container alive. Restart policy, I set to unless stopped. That means that the Docker needs to keep the container alive unless me stopped it. If it fails, Docker needs to restart it. And under environments, I added PUID for user 1000, group ID for user 1000, and time zone Europe, London, and bridged. Yes, that's fine. Should I do host? No, we're gonna do bridged. That's me just talking. It's just some of the things I'm jumping ahead. Right. So right now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click deploy the container. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. I can hear my little one waking up. He just had his beauty sleep. It says successfully created. The page should automatically load. Bingo! And if we're going to check this button gives me a terminal output. Okay, 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 something's happening. Nextcloud is starting. Nextcloud container is starting. Come on. Should we try to open the container? If we're going to go here, if I click on this, I should see the message saying that is working. Moment of truth. No. Oh, because it's HTTP. So if I'm going to change this to HTTPS, still no. Let's check. Oh, it's still doing some bits. Okay. It's a bit slow. Sorry, it's a bit slow. This setup is a bit slow. On the Raspberry Pi, it was faster. By the way, while I'm doing this, it's going to be somewhat related to DeX. Actually, it's going to be a bit more like, basically, I set up myself the Raspberry Pi mini server runs there. I'm not sure if you can see it. There is a box there with the cooling and everything. And everything during the setup process, I used DeX to remotely log into it, do maintenance, setting up. Right now, what's happening? This Raspberry Pi server that runs Nextcloud as well, and it automatically backs up entire folder structure of my Note 9, and every single folder, like entire file structure of Note 9 and Galaxy Tab S6 is getting backed up by the Raspberry Pi into 2 terabytes hard drive. And there are other bits that I set up that just works fine. So I'm wondering, should I start doing like a quick mini series, setting up your home server with the Raspberry Pi, but everything's done with the DeX? I'm thinking to start doing that. I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking about it. You see, this kind of thing is I'm really, let's say, proud myself that I got Raspberry Pi set up in that way, and I want to share the journey with you guys to give you a demo how to get this set up as well. Anyway, where is my next doc? So we're gonna let's open port 80. Does nothing. Oh, don't tell me you failed. 443. I'm doing wrong. It's not 443. It's 9443. Okay, that doesn't work either. Okay, so if we're gonna do 9080 and we're gonna do 9080, no, website cannot be reached. It's still doing some bits. What is wrong? Right, okay, let's backtrack. I got the ports opened, so outside goes into 9443. Inside, done. I'm a bit scared to even try to open it. Yes. Okay, this error says that the website is not secure. Please. Yes. 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 This is an Xdoc server running on my Galaxy tablet. If that works, I can convert my Galaxy tablet into my most, minus Raspberry Pi, into my most powerful network attached storage, cloud storage, whatever I want to service. Okay, let's create a user, Mr. P. Let's give a password, will be password 123 exclamation. It says password is weak. I love DeX 123 exclamation mark. That's going to be my password. I love DeX. I untick this. I learned from my Raspberry Pi setup that is just installs a bunch of things that I don't need, and finish the setup. It should give me an error. What's happening now is setting everything up, and it's setting up that this IP address is a trusted ID, a trusted domain. Once setup is done, it's going to try to log in via localhost IP. I think that's what happens, and it's going to then give an error. And what I need to do, I need to basically use the same IP address like this above to log in. Yeah. I can't believe it's actually running. Thinking about this Raspberry, here we go. That's fine. That is fine. That is okay. So if I'm gonna go here, it tells me timeout because Galaxy tablet is slow. If I'm gonna try to run again, it should give me the dashboard or login screen. Let's see. Let's see. It should give me dashboard or login screen. Because it's already set up. I can actually test it. Can I test it? How I test it? Can I? Where is Docker stored? Is it RSRV? No. Media is not gonna be floppy USB, CD USB. CD etc CD Docker. Oh, Docker here. Oh no, it's just a JSON file. Okay. CD dev bin. I don't think Docker is here. No. I don't know where the Docker is kept. That's the thing. CD lib. Oh no, var. CD lib. CD Docker. Here we go. CD volumes. And one of these volumes are Nextcloud. Yes, logging screen. Logging screen. About the backup, I have an idea. I love DeX. I love DeX 123 exclamation mark. Boom. So what's the volume of this? If I'm gonna go back into containers, go into Nextcloud, I need to check what's the container data. Is 7E5. 75 CD 75. Getting there, getting CD into the data. Oh no, CD 7E5. Yep. So I'm here. CD data, CD Mr. P. As you can see, it says that. Hold on, let me clear the screen. Mr. P, CD Mr. P should be saying files. And here we go. ls.l. Bingo. Documents, Nextcloud manual, photos, templates, etc. If I'm going to go into a website, which is still loading, here we go. We're going to say, go here under files. It's slow. It is slow, but it's running on my Samsung DeX. I can't believe. I cannot believe. Yeah, welcome screen. Thank you. It's slow. It is slow. But it's working. Is it practical? Is it practical? Not really. It does work. It's slow, but I think I need more powerful device than Galaxy Tab S6. At least, can I increase CPU? Okay, it's stopped at this. I think it's timed out. If I press enter, it will try to load again. It's just, yeah, it's working, but it's not the most powerful thing. I do get all these files here. Okay. I don't need Tailscale anymore. Okay. So we got the Nextcloud working. I wanted to try this. I wanted to try this to run on my Samsung DeX, and I wanted to do this with you guys. I wanted to try this with you as well while you're watching. I wanted to see. It's another accomplishment for me that I managed to get this running. I think it's timing out because maybe my Galaxy tablet, it is a bit warm, not like super hot, but it is warm. Anyway, it does work. And it's 2 minutes past 4, so I'm 2 minutes late or overrunning the live stream. I can't believe it's working. Anyway, probably today or tomorrow, I'll post the poll on my YouTube community page, just asking if you're interested for me to do a quick mini series showing how to set up the server with this bad boy, with this. Obviously, everything will be done via Samsung DeX, all the configurations and everything will be done via Samsung DeX, but using this instead of like, it's not like DeX related. This is Raspberry Pi, and obviously this kind of video probably will be more to a category of the Raspberry Pi videos. But what I want to do is simplify everything. Simplify by showing that you can do a lot of things on a Samsung DeX. And that would be basically step-by-step guide and videos how to get set up the server with the Raspberry Pi. Because I think Samsung DeX is not like depleted. It's not like there is nothing else to talk about. It's just, I think I need to start showing more things what you can do with DeX instead of showing what kind of apps you can run on DeX. Like I've done videos before showing you like Office, Microsoft Office things. Can you game? Can you run? Can you live stream? But I think I need to do a bit more, couple of videos more technical. The reason why I think is just because a lot of people like how everything started with this. You know, Google Photos right now charging for storing the photos, and I decided to create my own Google Photos alternative at home, and everything started by me looking into how to back up photos from my phone. End up finding out about Nextcloud, finding out about Nextcloud. I found out about Docker, finding out about Docker. I find out about Pertainer, and after that, one after the other, and I found out that you can run Docker on a Samsung DeX and etc. But these kind of things, probably people that don't even have the computer, but they want to set up this as their home office, home server, you can do this all on Samsung DeX, like setting up everything. So I'm thinking start a mini series, like a couple of videos or so, maybe live stream one or two things, but everything will be via Samsung DeX to show people that yes, you can do these things with Samsung DeX. You don't need a Windows machine because you need to prepare the SD card. You need to prepare the SD card, and that can be done on Samsung DeX. I don't think a lot of people realize that this is possible. They think that to burn the Raspberry Pi OS image, you need a Windows or Mac. No, you just need an Android. I keep looking here because this is where my monitor is and I'm checking the comments and I forget to look at the camera. Anyway. So Nextcloud looks like going. I deleted all the folders. So if I'm going to go here, I'm going to say ls and there is nothing here. I'm going to say touch. Readme.md, and ls that I have a file. If I'm going to go here, I'm going to refresh. You should see the file as well. No cooling stand. No, my Galaxy Tab S6 basically runs off. It's nothing else cooling the Galaxy Tab S6. It's just whatever is already built in. That's what's working. Nothing else. If I'm going to say create a folder. Anyway, I think the Nextcloud is working. Michi, today's content is too advanced for me, but it's nice to see the effort and reaction when you work properly. Good job. Michi, thank you. Yeah, I was thinking that today was going to be a bit more. Here we go. Sorry. The file I created is here. Nextcloud's working. Fantastic. Yeah, today's video is a bit more, but I'm thinking to I'm really eager to start doing these videos about how to set up server on the Raspberry Pi using Samsung DeX as your setup. Really want to start doing this. I'm actually even probably going to record a video or two already just to show you that you can do this. You can easily do this. So I think I need to wrap this up. I just wanted to try to run Nextcloud, and I wanted that my friends, join me on this ride. I'm really, really happy about it. Once again, thank you, Brian, for super chat. I did not expect that at all. One thing I'd done on the request on the previous one of the previous live streams, I received a couple of comments from my viewers saying why I don't have a membership level on my account on my YouTube channel. I didn't want to create a membership at all. It just I don't want to be the whining kid who keeps asking, but I still created. I picked the lowest price available, which is 99 pence, and I'll see. I'll see what's gonna happen. I just want to check if somebody actually became a member. Let's see. Loading now. I'm doing this on a Windows machine because the YouTube Studio web page is very messed up on the DeX. How about using Microsoft Office? That's Microsoft Office. This is probably my third ever video I created about DeX was a Microsoft Office 3 years ago, and it still does exactly the same. Still works exactly the same. Grigori, let me show you something. You mean this? Let me go here. Let's go here, and let's go Galaxy. I should have this here. Oh, hold on. It's hidden. Here we go. Octoprint, aka Octopi, is being stopped because it's not detected the computer. You see, the one single Raspberry Pi controlling my 3D printer, sorting my CCTV, doing the Nextcloud things and everything else. And that's why I'm eager to show a video about this. Where is the devices? Because the printer is not turned on. I have Ender 3 Pro, and because it's not turned on, that's why it stopped. Because it stopped 2 hours ago as I restarted the server, and it's not detecting my 3D printer, so it stopped. Anyway, I was checking membership levels. I have one member. No way. Mr. K. Von Drager. He's signed up 5 days ago to be my member for 99 pence. I did not expect anybody to join. I thought I will just create and wow. Mr. K. Von Drager, thank you very much for becoming a member 5 days ago. I'm so sorry that I just noticed now. I did not expect anyone to join. Wow. Thank you. I did not expect. Okay, this is my hobby. It's just does the One UI 4 brings new stuff or improvements to Samsung DeX? I can't tell you. I tried to find the chain log of One UI 4, and by looks of it, what Samsung's saying about Samsung DeX recently, they not mentioning anything. So I would not hold my breath. I'm not expecting One UI do any magnificent changes to Samsung DeX. Okay, so right, yeah, I need to start wrapping this up. What do you think about the new Microsoft Surface Duo as alternative to a DeX? Microsoft Surface Duo, the phone, would be amazing if Microsoft still be maintaining Continuum. Continuum was some Microsoft way to do mobile desktop computing, but they killed it. And my Surface Duo would be an amazing device if the Microsoft continue doing the or maintaining the Continuum. But they killed the Continuum, and now they launched a phone that would be amazing to be used with Continuum. Anyway, sorry guys, today I had 1 hour. My boss allowed me to stream for 1 hour, and it's hour and 20 minutes. If Google replaces everything with Fuchsia in terms of convergence like Ubuntu tried with Ubuntu Touch, what would you suggest to Google? Don't kill it. If you launch something, do not kill it straight away. Leave it running. And so Google is really, as you know, it's just killing services left, right, and center. This overall Samsung DeX is great. Overall, I would say it's in a very stable position. In a stable, not very, this is the stable position. The problem is with Samsung DeX is the apps. The apps not being upgraded to use the full screen potential, like desktop monitor screen potential. Some of the apps, you maximizing that on ultra and monitor, and it feels like a giant tablet app. There's a back button here, there's a menu button here, there's a home button in the middle. It's, UI just breaks because it feels like developers never thought that to add desktop mode into the apps. So Google, if they're doing this, they need to basically make sure that this desktop environment works as it should. If you launch something, please maintain at least every half a year, do an update or something. But thank you for a stream again. I'm off to my little one's birthday lunch. My nephew. Have a nice day. Take care, Michi. Thank you very much. Grigori, thank you for staying with me. I hope I'll see you next time. I'm gonna start doing the videos about the home server series. We'll see. I'm gonna do a poll in my community group just to see my subscribers' reaction. Thank you very much to. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot your name, Brian. Thank you very much, Brian, for super chat, and thank you very much for my new member. I have a member. I can't believe that's happened. Thank you, everybody who stayed with me for this hour. I will try next weekend to stream a bit more. I stream Saturdays or Sundays at 3 p.m. ish, if I'm a bit late. And if I'll have anything else happening that I can do a stream, my community tab post, I'll post inside my community tab telling you the reason why that I can't. Last one was my family thing, so I couldn't do anything. Anyway, thank you everybody who stayed with me this amazing Sunday. Thank you very much for staying with me through the Samsung DeX and Nextcloud setting up process. I still can't believe that's actually worked. And I'll see you in the next video. I'm just closing that. I'll see you in the next video or live stream. Stay safe. Keep using DeX. Don't forget to join Samsung DeX subreddit group. Left a link. I think I'll leave a link in the description below. And I'll see you next time. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.